The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. Rescuers continue to scour thousands of square miles in North Atlantic to find a missing submersible. The 21-foot Titan disappeared while taking tourists to see the wreckage of the Titanic off Canada's coast last Sunday. Authorities said it has the capacity to stay underwater for 96 hours, giving the people aboard until tomorrow before air runs out. One pilot and 4 passengers were inside the submersible when it lost communication about an hour and 45 minutes into its dive. Shahzada Dawood, vice chairman of one of Pakistan's largest conglomerates, and his son are among the confirmed passengers. Pakistan starts DNA testing to identify victims from a boat that sank off Greece last week. In the Himalayan region of Kashmir, dozens of people waited for hours crammed at the town's hospital for the sampling. Pakistan's government said DNA samples are also being collected in other parts of the country to be sent to Greece to help with identification. Only 104 people are known to have survived the incident involving the ship that reportedly carried between 400 to 750 people. Most of the people on board were from Egypt, Syria, and Pakistan, whose people are known for going to Europe for a better life. Relatives and family members held a funeral for the victims of a shooting at a Jewish settlement in the West Bank. 4 people were killed while 4 others were wounded when 2 Palestinian gunmen opened fire at a roadside restaurant and gas station by the settlement. The militant Hamas group said the attack was in response to a raid by Israeli forces a day earlier and that the gunmen were members of its armed wing. The Israeli military said a civilian neutralized one of the gunmen. Palestinian officials did not immediately confirm his death but said a second man was killed in a nearby town. Responding to the attack, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed that Israel would, quote, settle the score.
כוחותינו פועלים עכשיו בשטח כדי לבוא חשבון עם המרצחים. אנחנו כבר הוכחנו בחודשים האחרונים שאנחנו באים חשבון עם כל המרצחים, בלי יוצא מן הכלל. כל מי שפגע בנו נמצא או בקבר או בכלא. כך יהיה גם כאן. אבל אני רוצה להגיד לכל מבקשי נפשנו, כל האופציות פתוחות. אנחנו נמשיך להילחם בטרור במלוא העוצמה ואנחנו ננצח אותו.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. Tesla CEO Elon Musk will reportedly brief Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on plans to set up a manufacturing base in New Delhi. The meeting, which will be held in private, will take place during Modi's state visit to the US. Musk will lay down investment plans and outlook with Modi, with the discussion described as, quote, high-level meeting about India's economic potential. This comes a month after Musk and Tesla would probably pick a location for a new factory by the end of this year. The company shelved its India entry plans last year due to high import tax structures. However, Musk renewed talks in the recent weeks by sharing plans with Indian officials about a manufacturing base in New Delhi. Russia again launched an attack in Ukraine, this time including areas far from the front lines. Russia's defense ministry said they have destroyed several ammunition warehouses across Ukraine on Tuesday. Moscow added that Ukrainian forces tried to attack Russian-held Donetsk and Zaporizhia but failed. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky praised Ukraine's air defenses, saying they recently downed over 30 drones that attacked Kyiv. He also noted that their forces are destroying Russian forces in the east and south, the two main areas of conflict.
Зараз наші воїни на півдні, на сході дуже активно знищують ворога, фізично очищуючи Україну, і так буде і надалі. Захист від терору – це знищення терористів. І це гарантування, що у держави зла більш ніколи не буде можливості привнести зло в Україну.
Around 20 climate activists, including Greta Thunberg, held a protest against the fossil fuel industry in Sweden. The group called Reclaim the Future has been holding the protest outside an oil port for 6 days. They briefly blocked the port's entrance, which they said was done to prevent fossil fuel transport. Reuters reported that police asked the activists to leave after sitting on the road for an hour. When they declined to leave, authorities carried them to the side of the road. Authorities moved them away again when some of the protesters tried to block the road a second time. Police officers then drove them away from the port before releasing them.
I'm here because if you have a possibility to speak up and to take action, I think that is your duty, especially in times like these, with an escalating climate crisis that is already a matter of life and death for countless of people all over the globe. And so we put our bodies in front of the oil tankers and to block them from getting into the port, and thereby we also stop the fossil fuel industry from operating that right there.
And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. Coming right up is Agenda at 8 a.m. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.